So that's the ABC, understanding that. We drill that a lot. When we start playing, just to kind of like get you moving, is to play tag with it, right? Because knife fighting is essentially a tag game, right? So if you just play. So that's the kind of play we do, just to kind of train yourself to react to. And again, you will get cut, expect to get cut. But the key is how to survive that, okay? Now, when that happens, then we start drilling the combination attacks of what we actually can do. So when the first thrust comes up here, that usually happens, right? So what I do is I cut the bicep, because once I cut that tendon, usually that arm is going to be useless, right? So cut and check, and then I move. Yeah. So from this side, same. I move it. I usually just thump. Good. Whoa! Shit.
I was not expecting that.
Maybe I should be on this.
Sorry. It can get dangerous. Right? So that's when we start applying all the principles of
Keep
slicing,
my eye protection on.
countering, and disarming.
Didn't hit anything.
No, I just skyrocketed.
Oh.
And again, the way we do that is based on the principle, because when the thrust comes in, this is going to be my working space. I know we're familiar with that because when we're manipulating, that's the working space. So if I can catch him off guard there, see? See? I can actually take the set back. Right? So, workspace. Step
Oh,
on
damn.
foot. So there's the way. Yeah. Number two, same thing. Catch it. Right here. Break.
Sorry, we don't have any padding here for you.
No, I actually brought knee pads. I have knee pads.
He's like, I was ready for this.
More Arby's.
I knew this was gonna happen. I'm used to it.
So again, the first defenses that we do is footwork, and then we apply the whole concept of defanging the snake, right? Defanging the snake simply means we have to attack. If we have a weapon, just attack that knife hand, right? So that way he feels the pain, and you can decide whether you want to go, or he decides if he still wants to go on, or just finish it there and walk away your own way. Yeah?
When you did that, did you hit his knife or did you hit his knuckles?
Good point. In training, I'm trying to be nice, so I try to minimize the injury, so I do it here. In reality, that's the thumb, so he can't grip the knife.
Okay.
Yeah? So that's why I'm like, when you eject it, like that. It's making it up, they want it. So, those are going to be like the principles that we're going to teach, that we're going to present. So it kind of makes it more understandable and doable. Because a lot of times when people see knife, oh, that's going to be impossible. Knife is dangerous, right? You'll never really know until you actually get into that situation, right? But what we give is training drills that will enhance and give them the actual skill, right? We have one drill to give you a basic framework, which is a knife tapping. Again, I'm kind of like going over the whole thing.
Yeah.
So the basic defense for the framework, just to develop the skill and positioning, would be a single tap. So I thrust and I cut. I thrust and I cut. But what he's doing here is he's actually feeding it back towards me. And notice when he blocks, it is the back side of the hand, right? Because most people, like let's say, since I know how to use a knife, if they do block like this, I might think and just cut that hand. Then that severs the whole thing. If you have your main arteries running here, right? These are your flexor muscles and your extensor muscles. If I cut this, you won't be able to pick up a weapon. Or make a fist. But this, you'll still be fine, and your arteries are protected. So therefore, when he blocks, he goes that way first, and that way. This is very, very basic. Looks boring until I start challenging it. What if sometimes I go like this vacant? I'll go here a little bit,
Oh, sorry.
right?
It's all good.
Because sometimes I'll just fake them like that. I'm trying to inject the knife into the body. Okay? And then I add a little bit more. Now I start checking because our drill is based on, well, if he's developing a skill, I have developed another skill on top of that. So when I go here, I might start checking his head. But he has to still pick it up. Sometimes I might just switch hands because that happens as well. And that's the pressure that we give so that you kind of, you really feel it and you feel like kind of like, oh. But that's okay, it's better to die here than out there, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, if you notice, understanding how to knife fight bridges it to empty hand version. Because whatever movement that I did earlier on the disarm, so when it comes to here, it's still the same. See? Same thing, same things. Russ, you sure to keep it? Oh, right here.
This poor guy. He signs up to come here on a Monday night just because.
I'm always Suzuki. It's not any different.
So a lot of it is basically trying to fill in the what if. Because every time we teach something, I'm sure like whatever skill it is, you get people like, well, what if this? Well, I'll just do this one. We try to answer that. The way we run this modular system, programming, let's say, oh, what if that doesn't work? Well, then we do this. What if that doesn't work? Well, we do this. And the great example of that is the disarming module. When we get there, they learn how to basically disarm the basic 12 disarms. So, usually I don't know. This is the one disarm. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. And you do that over and over and over, back and forth, until we get it. And then you mix it up. So if I start going like this, now he has to catch one of them. So it becomes a natural reflex. If I go 1, he strips it. Okay. So there, we give them a little bit more pressure. When we start sparring it in a controlled manner, it comes out the same way. Because a lot of times when we go here, when we do knife to knife, we get into a lot of these positions right here. And this is the hard one. Every time you have to grapple with the weapon, it just elevates the danger even more. Right? So the first thing we do here is we headbutt. We're getting rid of it. That's the easiest one. I step on it, so that's pretty much the same. Right? But then we give them options. There are so many. Okay? First one is I thrust to the hand, and he wants to avoid that. And you get to feel that because it's a sensitivity game, right? So if I thrust him right here, he resists it, and I'll just go like that, he's off. Come back to the same lock, thrust. Okay? You have to feel it. So it's a tussling game. Once if it goes right here, and he tries to thrust to my back, I simply go back to that same position. I can break that, thrust that. Or I can do the same. So variations right here. I just switch hands. There's so many. But these are the stuff that we learn. By the way, I don't teach murder. Just take these at everyone. So, see? So as you can see, the modules are designed to kind of like progress each and every one of them. So it doesn't matter where they pick it up. They can start with, let's say, module 4 and back, because they are all separate skills that needs to be drilled over and over and over.
Mike, when you do a session, a module, how